All right. Now we're going to move up to 155 pounds. Kurt Lassen from Section 11. Rick Sedgwick, who is a returning state champ at 155 from Section 5, will be the opponent. It should be interesting. Lassen from Connecticut on Long Island. He is undefeated this year, 36-0, Kurt Lassen from Connecticut. While Sedgwick, as we said, the returning state champ, 37-0-1. He's got 108 wins, 23 losses, and 3 ties over his career. So it's the returning state champ, Sedgwick in the purple, in the blue, Kurt Lassen.
Kurt Lassen was 5th at 145 pounds last year. So this is not his first waltz down New York State Wrestling Championship. And he's expected to be another very tough wrestler.
Keep the rest. Keep the rest.
That is Lassen, who tosses Sedgwick down to the mat.
Wrestle open, wrestle open.
Both guys undefeated this year, but Sedgwick did have a tie. Combined record of 73-0-1 this year. Not bad. They go right back at it again. Sedgwick, as we said, the returning state champ. John Janiak told you a little bit about the pressure sometimes, and we have seen some upsets right now. Sedgwick is in the finals. The pressure is on Kurt Lassen, and he had Lassen leg, gives it up, no points.
Yeah, we've seen everything so far tonight, Dale. You've seen the upsets, and we've seen the supposed to winners come through.
That's
but
right.
Nothing really fancy. Everybody's a little bit cautious so far. Hopefully it opens up a little bit more.
We're down to 35 seconds left, first period. 155 pounds. Traditionally another one of those very strong weight classes, and once again we're going to see both guys warned for stalling. As John, you and I discussed the strategy and people trying to take it easy and not warming up till the official makes them to, it seems.
Especially that first period. We haven't seen everybody just go out in a ball of fire. They just feel each other out. Second period seems to open up a little bit more for these guys.
It certainly did in the Kingston and Lyman match. We'll see if it holds true to form.
Okay, we're down to 5 seconds.
I think
first single.
Oh!
And before the buzzer,
I was just going to say we probably won't have a score, but Sedgwick pulls 2 out right at the end. Great job, 2-0 score as the period ends. While we got time, we'd like to once again thank our exclusive sponsors, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 363, for giving us the time and financial considerations to make this broadcast possible. Thanks a lot, fellas and ladies. Right now, we are back to a match that looked like it was going to end up scoreless in the first period, but Sedgwick got 2 right at the buzzer over Kurt Lassen. Lassen now has Sedgwick. No points yet. 2 there, 2 up. We're all tied up as the senior from Connecticut.
Say that 3 times fast.
I know. We wanted to make sure we said it correctly. Connecticut on a Long Island.
Another tough Section 11 wrestler, Kurt Lassen. But he was as surprised as we were at the end of that first period. 2 points by Rick Sedgwick.
Sedgwick got it with about 1 second. Just it was that tick left when he
beat the
grabbed
clock.
it. The lead is now nothing. It's 2-2. So
Sedgwick not extremely fast off the bottom, but he does get his 1 point escape.
Good strength. 3-2 now. Second period.
And a little bit of the first period, tying up the head.
Yeah, don't forget, both of these guys have been warned.
That's right. You don't want to lose a state championship on a stalling call.
No, I have seen stranger things than that happen, but you're absolutely right. It's really a cat and mouse game sometimes. when they get up here. Right now, the 1 point advantage is 2. Section 5. Actually, I think they have Sedgwick. Yeah, at 3.
Right, it scores 3-2.
Oh.
Nice single leg, doesn't foul up. Good counter.
I think he felt that Lassen was ready to counter him, so he got back out.
That's right. That was the same move that produced 2 points in the first period. That nice little single leg, scooted around behind. Weak trip attempt by Kurt Lassen.
Lassen a little taller than Sedgwick.
He's got the
Up
California
and down.
look.
Oh, got the ankle. No points yet.
I'll tell you, it was a good count. Good reaction by a big man. 155-pounders moving like cats. Boy, I thought he had 2 points.
Thought he had it locked up, but he may not, as Lassen hops and hops. Great job. Kurt Lassen, I thought he was in a lot of trouble there as far as points were concerned.
I think Rick Sedgwick thought so too.
Yeah, it's got to be surprising to him. 3-2 is the lead for Sedgwick. Give Lassen credit, the Section 11 kid kept out of that, did not give it up. Last period, Sedgwick down.
Sedgwick obviously is going to try to get his 1 point here.
Let's see what his move is like from the bottom, John.
If it's anything like the last time he was down, he's going to pause a second and come out. Well,
uncontested almost.
Kurt Lassen has other ideas, thinks he can beat him on his feet.
Yep, 4-2 now, so that gives a 2 point lead to Sedgwick. And
again, I'll tell you, that single leg is pretty. Really pretty.
Yeah, he works on it.
He reaches in and he steps in real nice, and when he comes in behind, switches his hips around, he gets
very
2
patient.
points.
Yeah, he's very patient with it. Now Lassen shoots. He locks it up.
Close to the out of bounds.
Oh, this is interesting. Out of bounds. 4-2. Lead is to Sedgwick, the reigning state champ at 155. He is trying to defend. Won it last year as a junior. Uh-oh.
We're going to get a call for stalling here.
Yes, warning.
1
Sedgwick,
point.
1 point. I'm sorry, he gives up 1 point.
So we're talking 3-4.
Yep, Sedgwick.
With a lot of time left, Dale.
Well over, 123, John, so you're right. Sedgwick not in the best position. He's up by a point, but when the official gave that warning call, there was no doubt about it. He's looking for it from Sedgwick.
Right now, he's going to keep looking at it. Even if it's close, he's going to probably get hit with another call.
Both guys were warned, as we said, early in the first period, and Sedgwick just gave up 1.
Sedgwick's got that nice single leg, and I'm sure he's going to have to shoot it before too long with a minute left, minute 2.
He does not have a real comfortable lead, and Lassen, I'm sure, doesn't feel pressured yet. A lot of time. Oh, Lassen goes, got the ankle. This will be a stalemate, I predict here.
Sure looks like it's a safe call.
Yep.
Did you see this before?
No, but you know what? You know what I saw, John? Neither one of those guys wanted to do anything because they said, we're too close. I think I'm just going to wait.
These guys do not want to open up. He's going to get hit with another
stun. He's going to call him again. Backing off the mat. Whoa.
Tie match, 4-4.
There's no argument from Sedgwick either. He knows, and next time it's 2.
He looked at the ref and said, you're right, I stalled.
4-4.
And he shoots in with that nice single leg. He's got it up. Puts the leg in between the crotch. He readjusts his arm grip.
Down to 20
Let's go
seconds.
now.
20 seconds. This is tied up.
He's probably waiting for the last tick on the clock to throw his move again.
Stalemate. Whoa. 12 seconds, John.
This could be our first overtime match tonight, Dale. Ten seconds.
I think they're both willing to let it go into overtime.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, they're going to get a minute. You know, it did seem, you talk about strategy. I think this definitely was, we're going to go into overtime. Let's just let it go, and then we're going to go back. It's almost like an overtime game in football. We're not going to take any big chances and make the mistake. So
Exactly. You know, time, certain amount of time on the clock, let it just tick off. We'll start over. No man in the last minute felt like they really wanted to win this bout or lose it.
That's right.
On that offensive move
even
mistake.
maybe more importantly, nobody wanted to lose it. There are a number of criteria which we hate to even discuss to get into to determine this overtime, but we will see as this goes on. It may not be necessity if it ends up tied after the overtime, but they will get a break and a lot of strategy going on. Rick Sedgwick, the returning state champ, giving up 2 points on stalling to Kurt Lassen from Section 11, Sedgwick from 5, and a match that really developed into something of a strategy move, and they both kind of let it go into overtime. So here we go.
And this should be a 1-1-1.
Yep. And the score will start over again in overtime. So it's 0-0 now. And a takedown is very important in overtime, actually. If you're the aggressor and you can get that takedown.
Right. Yeah. There's so many, like you said earlier, Dale, there's so many criteria. They start with whoever has more near fall points and takedowns. And the first point is always the most important. And you don't want to get hit with your stalling points because that is just...
That's right.
They'll have a confrontation with 12 officials on what should be determined if it ends in a tie again.
And Sedgwick has given up 2 stalling points, so he is in trouble that way. And he moves, sprawls. No, nothing. They're both out of bounds as that knee of Sedgwick's went out after Lassen was there.
Lassen looked pretty good there. Got caught. Lucky for both wrestlers, they were near the out of bounds.
Down to 20 seconds in the first overtime period.
Again, both men tying up each other's heads. We're going to have calling against red. Now, Dale, the stalling does not carry over in the overtime. But that, again, is one of the criteria if it ends in a tie.
That's right, yep. So it does not carry over, but he has been warned. Sedgwick has been warned in the overtime, and it's going to, first period will end, and they flip. So we're going to go 3-1 minutes. And don't forget, Sedgwick has been warned. There's Sedgwick.
We're going to take a look at Sedgwick getting in a down position. He knows he has to move. The last 2 times it was uncontested, got his 1 point in regulation. Again, he stands up. This time, Lassen grabs
going for the
far
leg.
ankle. I think he took Sedgwick by surprise. He thought he was going to get up and get the 1 point.
Well, now he's going to throw a leg. And
throwing a leg, and he's working somewhat of a far cradle, trying to lock the head and the leg, go out of bounds.
Sedgwick, as we said, out of Hilton High School. Well, Kurt Lassen from Connecticut. And there's a stand-up.
There's that stand-up. Now Lassen with a hand control. Nice on the hips. Nice tight to the body. Good basic wrestling.
You know, it's funny. Neither guy looks, the facial expressions, you know, when Sedgwick was hit with the stalling, he doesn't grimace. He just keeps right on.
These guys look like they're in a trance.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no, win or lose, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of facial expressions. But like you say, during the match, there's nothing that phases them.
We're down to 30 seconds left in this second overtime period. And they're going to make it difficult on us, I know, because there's going to be no score, and we're going to have to try to figure out.
We do have the rule pages open to 34 and 35, which does state overtime.
And right now, Lassen is doing a job. No, that's going to...
We got a stalling on top.
Oh, boy. So now they've both been warned again here as Lassen picks up a warning for stalling. 10 seconds left. Boy, now who's going to make the critical mistake? Here's the question. 10 seconds.
Well, we got a good stand-up. He's got the hand control, but he doesn't get the hips out. Lassen's got the hand control again.
Yes.
Oh, with 2 seconds left. Another beat-the-clock move by Rick Sedgwick.
Sedgwick got 2 points like that in the regulation at the end of the first period with a second left. He gets an escape there. He scores first.
I'll tell you, Dale, you know, a lot of wrestling rooms do drill that. With 5 seconds to go, 10 seconds to go, you have to move.
Because maybe the guy in the bottom is maybe letting up a little bit, or
exactly. And you know, it may look like a surprise to us, but this is common practice in the wrestling room. score when the guy lets up.
Well, Lassen's got to stand up now. He's got to get some points. Sedgwick is on top, 1-0, and now he's going to try to ride.
That's right, and he did get hit with some stalling points in the regulation, so he can't take advantage of that riding. He's not a good rider.
Right.
He doesn't throw in a leg, get out to the side, work for a pin. So he does look like he's stalling when he's on top.
42 seconds.
There he goes with the leg again. There's a
Lassen
switch
inside switch.
1 point.
Oh, boy, it's all tied up.
I'm glad it's on the official's shoulder if this ends in a tie. I don't want to call it.
30 seconds.
There's a nice, another good single leg, both men out of bounds.
Oh, no. What a great match.
These
guys are
nice
really.
Single leg attempt by Rick Sedgwick once again. Boy, I tell you, there's two things these wrestlers probably wish they could have over, a lot of them. The first period in a lot of bouts and about 3 feet on the out-of-bounds line.
Yes.
Because a lot of matches are determined right here on the out-of-bounds. Look at that.
Right.
Very close to points with 5 seconds left. He's going to get 2 points.
Yes! Oh, my gracious! Rick Sedgwick! He did it 3 times. He did it 3 times.
3 out of 6 periods. Amazing. I mean, just pulled them in, yanked them in the way you're supposed to. I'll take 2, thank you.
Most exciting. He did that at the end of the first period. He did it in the overtime, and now he did it just at the end of the overtime to win 3-1 in overtime. Great match. 155-pound New York State champion Rick Sedgwick will be right back with a 167-pound bout.